The brand actually started not too long ago, in 2022, following my senior thesis. And I named it after myself. My middle name is Renee.
Got it.
And I was named after my grandmother. And the cool thing about the name Renee is it means transformation in French, which is really cool. So I kind of wanted to follow that whole idea when I was doing my thesis. And a lot of my thesis was originally about my family background. And a part of why I do my brand is to spread awareness of like community and creation, especially in different like environments. So I'm originally from Silver Spring, Maryland, and I grew up in DC, in Southeast DC specifically. So my mom owns a cosmetology school in DC called Dudley Beauty College, and they've had that school since like the 90s for like a long time. And it comes from my family background. Her side of the family, my grandfather was the one that owned it originally, gave it to my mom, and my grandfather is like from a family of like 11. He has like a lot of siblings, and they all run this beauty company called Dudley Beauty, and it's been around since like I think like 1967, like really really old, Madam C.J. Walker times, like super cool, and it was super big in the 90s. And I just grew up in a hair salon environment. I used to work it when I was a kid. Every year we had to work the front desk, that type of thing. Always around students, always around creation, always going to hair shows, being a part of it, working backstage, whatever. And I really love the clothing side of it. So the whole idea of our first show was to do a salon environment so it could feel like it did when I was a kid, walking around, seeing people get their hair done, and then just be like, wow, I wish I could dress them. And this is like finally dressing them, seeing that come to life. There's a lot of like kid like nostalgia, very playful and full of colors, because when I was a kid that's kind of like how I imagined it a little bit, so I kind of just followed with that. And it was a really interesting experience because this is my first show, and I've only done a collaboration before this. So when I officially started my brand after my thesis, I actually worked for a year, and I worked for Coach on the runway team for a women's ready-to-wear. Super crazy opportunity, so amazing, and I got this super random email that I thought was a scam from Hypebeast to do a collaboration inspired by my thesis. And I thought it was a scam. I didn't answer for 2 weeks because I was like, this is a scam, like you're not getting me. You know. And then they were like, no, this is real, like come in for an interview. So I did the interview, and I was selected to be one of 3 designers for this really cool thing called Black Creatives Create or something with Gushers. And I was able to make this jacket that I'm wearing today, which is so cool. This is like one of 2 pieces I made with them. And the Hypebeast team told me, you need to start this brand. Like I originally was gonna work in the industry like 3 to 5 years or whatever, get experience. But they were like, you need to start right now. Like you have something here, this is great. So I literally did. I just started making stuff. For a year I've been working on this collection, and I've just been figuring out what to do, starting from zero, because I didn't really have anyone helping me necessarily. I just kind of found people along the way. I go out a lot. I'm friends with DJs. I go to random networking events on Eventbrite, and then I just like meet people. And that's how I've been finding people. And so this whole thing was just from like word of mouth, finding people, reaching out to people, a lot of cold emails, a lot of cold like DMs, seeing if they'd be interested in the idea of this collection and the presentation as a whole. So that's how we were able to work with this really cool influencer, Kyra. I think I pronounced her name right. Kyra Theodore. She is a hair influencer. And she was friends with one of my friends, so that's how I met her. I like saw her at a Bed-Stuy block party, and I was like, you look cool, I'm gonna work with you. She was like, yeah, sure. And then I hit her up, and then she was friends with my friends, so I was like vetted in that way. And then through her, we were able to get Susie from Hair by Susie, who was the lead of the hair team, which is really cool. She did Beyonce's braids for Lemonade. She's like a great track record. She owns a salon in Brooklyn. She's really, really cool. So I kind of have like a nice like network of other people who do hair, and I'm finding creatives in that space. So that's how I found Susie, Kyra, and being able to work with the Cutler Salon which was so amazing. After we told them the history and why we're doing this, they were really like excited. And they literally just gave us the space and they gave us a hair team to do it. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. Yeah, and I think because Susie was a part of it, they felt more comfortable. So she led the hair team. I provided a little bit of direction for the mood boards and what the vibe's going to be. I pulled a lot of images from my stash of like hair books that I have that I've been collecting from my family. So they used to do these like catalogs. If you went to a hair salon in the 90s, early 2000s, you had a catalog or you had like that wall of like the pictures of hairstyles. So they had like a book version, and that was the images that was used for a lot of these hair pieces. So it was very 90s reference. It's a lot of like archival images that I'm a hoarder. I collect. So I'll just pull anything out and be like, oh, we should use this. And she just kind of took it and ran with it, and she used her own images and her own things that she is just known for both of them to do the hair plan. And working with Red Kitten, that was amazing. They're really, really cool. A lot of my references are from like 90s movies, like Lil' Kim, Baps, you know, like fun stuff like that. Because that's what a lot of the references are the same from those hair shows. So that's kind of where that direction went.
The connection.
And then the collection itself, I use a lot of like physical hair, braiding hair. And most of the hair is actually hair that I like had sitting under my bed because I do my own braids. I do my own box braids and stuff. So I just collect hair. And then usually you have like a pack or two extra. So I just keep them. And I just use that to do a lot of the pieces that you see that involve physical hair. But the collection in general is all made from dead stock material. So, like I said, I'm a hoarder. So, since working in the industry, interning, all through college, all that type of stuff, I've just been collecting bundles and boxes of fabric, and it's like yardage. It's like 10 yards, and I put in a what's it called, an airlock bag that I just
the Ziploc.
And I like suck the air out of it, and I have like stashed all under my bed everywhere. I like sleep next to it. I'm crazy. I have like a stack, and it's of just material. Yes, and then I just open them and I take it out, and that's what I use for all the materials. So none of it was like really new. It was all just collected things that my friends gave me from where they work. A lot of people work in the industry, like, you know, like DKNY and like Marc Jacobs and everything, whatever. Any extra fabric that's gonna be thrown away, I'm like calling them like, hey, go look in your trash can. I'm gonna need whatever's in that trash. Like I will dumpster dive for that fabric. And then I ended up using it, and that's kind of how the collection was created.
That's beautiful. Okay. We noticed a lot of like braiding and like braids within like your collection and stuff like that. So I guess like now hearing that you have a hair background, it's making sense, like weaving in like the fashion and hair into it and stuff like that. So I guess what would you say is the hardest part about like trying to implement your hair like technical knowledge into the fashion, like the new realm of design or creativity?
I think the hardest part is figuring out a technique that is solid and like to sew it down and to keep it together. Because sewing down hair is like you have to do like a kind of a whip stitch technique to like loop it in so you don't see it from the outside, but it's like solid on the inside. So figuring that out was hard to keep it together because it'd keep falling apart. And I don't use any like glue or anything. Everything is needle and thread. So majority of the collection is completely hand sewn. So I'm not very good at machine sewing. So I just hand sew everything. So I would say that was very hard, figuring out the crochet technique that I do, because it's like a tight knit. It's actually what I'm wearing right now. It looks like braids.
It's beautiful,
but it's just like a tight knit crochet, and so I'm still figuring out how to create it properly. I just have been poking holes. All these are just holes that I poked. I cut strips of fabric, of the extra fabric, into. And I just loop it through. And it's like tight but loose enough for me to like stretch it, but for it to still keep its shape.
Because it gives it that pleated effect almost.
Yeah, a little bit. It can like ruche in a little bit, so it's kind of cool. And I look at hairstyles, and that's what I mimic for the braid like patterns. So I look at like real hairstyles, what people had their hair like in the summer, and then their braid patterns, and that's what I used to create those braids. I will say that technique took a while for me to figure out. That took a lot, like, for me to do it quick. Now I can do it quick, but before it was like trying to figure it out was really hard. Trying to figure out the size of the loop, getting that together, because it changes. It also changes with body type and everything too, because I am an inclusive designer and I love being able to dress everybody. So everything kind of is effective, but it's not really that hard to figure out. It's just grading, and it's just kind of like figuring out just new measurements. So it's not that bad, but I will say that took me a while to figure out this technique.
Hair is such a great inspiration for you because it's not just like a physical like reference for you to literally look at and like put it onto fabric, but it's also like your family had like a cosmetology background, so that's so cool that has both.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of a stronger meaning to me. Like, yes, I'm a black woman. Yes, I have 4C kinky hair that I have to learn how to braid or whatever, but having it come from my family, and it's like finding a new way to continue that legacy is really cool. And because I have like a bunch of other siblings, and we're all talking about what's going to happen with the school because my mom is getting older, and like who's taking over, like that whole thing. I'm thinking about different ways to be able to extend that without having to necessarily like work at the school or whatever. Like I can still continue in my art form, which is clothes for me. But I don't think I'm going to I think hair is a great place for me to start. I'm always going to have that element in there in some shape or form. But I definitely want to expand into like so many other cool things. I'm still going to reference, but I'm just getting started playing around. But yeah.
Fair enough. So hair is like I want to say a root and like inspiration or a starting point for, I guess, what you want to do in other realms of design and creativity. Yeah. Whether it be, I guess, fashion or art or whatever you choose to do. Correct?
Okay, yeah, it's just like the starting point. And I think it's a good one because there's a lot of great references, a lot of techniques, and a really great community. The hair community is really tight-knit. Everybody kind of knows each other. Everybody's pretty chill. If you do hair, it's like a cool little family kind of thing, community, so it's easier to connect with people. I'm trying to find new ways to like show clothes and designs and people in particular.
Like
lifestyle a little bit in there, but I think that was one of the coolest parts of the collection is like the people we chose, because a lot of those models had very distinct personalities that kind of fit into what they were doing and what they were wearing. So it was really cool. After
like you determined, all right, this is real, this is really happening, and something that could take my brand to the next level, I guess how did you go about that, or how I guess what was your next thought after that?
Yeah, it was definitely hard. I definitely don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I just went to design school. Like, I went to FIT. I have a design degree in ready-to-wear sportswear. But I didn't take any business classes, and the ones that I did take, I, like, failed all of them. Like, I literally failed. Like, I couldn't even get the credit. Like, I was really, really bad at business planning. Marketing class, failed that. Like, I did it twice. I don't know what, I'm like, dang, okay, well, I don't know, should I keep doing this? Like, what? But, it was kind of crazy, like, right after that whole event with Gushers and the Hypebeast drop, and we ended up doing a panel, which is really cool. And they interviewed us, and we just talked about, like, our passions and what we think the future of fashion will be. And for me, a lot of it was about sustainability because that's where I start from the most. So I think my next step, I was thinking of like, what else can I drop? So I ended up dropping a denim denim capsule locally in Bed-Stuy with a Black-owned sample house, which was really cool. We made a couple of samples. We made another version of this denim jacket, some shorts, and I have a vest that turned into a bag, and I just made that in denim.
That was really cool.
Oh yeah,
we were just looking at that. So pieces like that, unique and very stand out. You know?
I definitely want to do more of that. I really like transformative kind of pieces. So we did that for a minute. I tried to shoot like a short film, did not work. Did not work at all. I'm gonna try again though, because I love movies and film, and I study that low-key a little bit. Like, I'm like a movie nerd, so eventually I'm gonna get into that. But it was definitely like trial and error. I like made a Shopify website, kind of shitty. I tried to like shoot that denim capsule on my roof of my apartment, just with friends, you know, people I knew, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then after that, nothing really happened. I like kept networking, and I kept trying to like push things out. I tried to do TikTok and Instagram, nothing landed. For like a full year, I was only at like 600 followers last year, and it would not move.
Damn.
And I was like, dang, what the heck? And then I just kept going to like fashion shows and stuff that I was invited to by like my friends, and I'd like sneak into places, and I was like, hey, I'm wearing this brand, like follow me. And I would just get people individually, but it was never through like my posts. It was just me talking to people. And then I like gave up for a minute, came back, you know, you go through the ups and downs, like that kind of thing.
Fair enough.
It was kind of difficult because I didn't really know how to get started. I tried to do, I'm an over planner, so I planned a lot. Plans didn't work, and I plan again, plan didn't work. And it's just like back and forth. And then I randomly had this one video that I did not think was going to go viral. It just straight up just went viral out of nowhere.
Really?
Out of nowhere. It was like a second thought post. I made an outfit to go out with, and it was this green, it's the one that's in the collection. It's the green onesie. And it like is like that little onesie with the braided shorts.
We were saying that it looks like a...
Yeah, it's fire.
Yeah, it's super cute. And I like made that in one day, in a couple hours. And I was just like, dang, I need something to wear. And I don't even have that fabric anymore. I only had enough to make that one thing. And I was like, I'm just going to make this. I'm just going to go out tonight. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about using it anywhere. And I did like a video of me crocheting it. And then that hit like 2 million views. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then that's when everything, all of a sudden, now I have like 7,000 followers in just like a few months. And that went viral in June.
That's good.
And then I ended up using that to get a PR guy. I was like, hey, I like did this viral video. I want to do a collection, and I've been working this collection already for a year, off and on. So I already had things made. I was like, can we do a show? And then just kind of like
got it together.
Kind of got together that way.
That's fine.
Okay.
You always been like an independent person like that?
I would say yeah. I've always been really like kind of like a, I guess, a go-getter type of girl. Like, I'll do it. Like, if nobody does it, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna do this. Like, I don't even think about it. I'm like, this needs to be done. I'm gonna do it. I'm a Capricorn, so if that answers anything. That's probably why.
What I'm hearing is your perseverance that's like really helped your brand succeed so far.
Yeah, I would say definitely like not giving up was the biggest thing, and it was hard. It was definitely really, really hard because everybody's like, what are you doing? Just go back to corporate, you know what I mean? Which I still have a corporate job. I still work a 9 to 5. Like this whole time I've been working 9 to 5. And they're just like, you just need to focus on that, climb the corporate ladder, like save up money, like don't do this because savings gone, you know what I mean? Trying to do this. Because this is expensive.
Legit.
Even with all the stuff I've been collecting, it's still really expensive. But it's just, you just gotta be really delusional. Be really, really delusional.
Very optimistic. Nah, I felt that.
Reaching for the sky.
Literally. And I'm crazy. I listen to, this is the crazy thing that I do to like keep going, is 2 years ago I found this girl on YouTube. It's a tarot card reader. And I listen to this YouTube tarot card reader every single day.
Really?
For the past 2 years. Yeah. And she reads for your sign. So I listen to my rising, my moon, and my Venus sign. And she just tells you each week how you need to keep going and how this is gonna go well because of this. Like, it's just like kind of like making me delusional. And I'm like, whenever I'm sad, I'm like, all right, what'd she say? And then I like listen to her, and she's like, this is gonna work out. Like, you just gotta keep going. I'm like, dang, you're right.
Okay, so I think we cracked the code. The secret to RENÉE is tarot cards.
Tarot card readings on YouTube.
Okay, good
literally
to know.
on YouTube.
Daily affirmations.
Daily affirmations. Noted.
Yes, I have like those apps, those daily affirmation apps.
Same.
I'm always looking at those. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. enough. So I guess we got the code now. That's all we needed.
That's all you need. Just pure delusion from YouTube.
And then you also went to Polymoda in
I
Florence.
did, yeah.
So-
I did. I did that my first year. It's actually crazy because that was my first year out of the country. I've never been like anywhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just gonna board this flight to Italy, and that was my freshman year of school. And I didn't know anybody, nobody, and that experience was super weird because it was like, I was like one of 3 black girls there, and you get there, you have 3 days to find somebody to get an apartment with.
Really?
So I had to like, I've never gone. I lived at home, suburbia, in Maryland. You know what I mean? Like I'm just a normal girl. So I like had to get an apartment. And I had 3 days, and I was like, fuck, I don't know these people, I'm just gonna live with you, I guess, hi, you know, and then, yeah, and that was like, I would say that really shaped my life, was that year in Italy, and just like studying, because we traveled everywhere. We went to Paris, we went to Spain. I like did a dumb thing where my midterms, I just went to Ibiza, because it was cheap. It was like $30 for €30 for the freaking Ryanair, right?
Yeah. Really?
It was so cheap. So I was like, I'm just gonna do this right before my midterms. It's gonna be fine. Was not fine.
No.
Definitely a bad idea. But I will say Polymoda, I think, really shaped me for my work ethic and my attention to like sophisticated details in fashion specifically, because I think the FIT New York campus was not as strict as Italy. Italy was very strict. You needed to be like this or you're not about to make it. And they were like really crazy. They even told me that fashion isn't for me and I should drop out.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
They're wrong.
Yeah, you proved them, right?
I know.
Oh, for sure.
It was kind of crazy. And I was like, no, I'm going to stay here because I love this place. First of all, I'm going to keep traveling. And then, Polymoda was really, really cool. I'm still in touch with some of those professors too.
All of these experiences, they've seemed to like put you in a good spot so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, like with your brand, you continuing to persevere, like you said, and just like keep going. Like it's really, like they said, admirable. You know, I see you inspiring people in your footsteps. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
That's so
appreciate
sweet. That really
course,
means
of
a lot.
course.
Because I feel like I'm just like running around like a crazy person. But it's good to know that people are like, oh, this is cool.
Of course.
We're honored to have you.
Aww.